It was midway through the first quarter at that point, but the bucket was part of a 13-0 Cleveland run that let an anxious crowd relax. All the fans had to do was look down at their free t-shirts to know how the Cavaliers would get back in the Eastern Conference Finals on Saturday. It takes well, that and the three. The Cavaliers used the comforts of Quicken Loans Arena to ignite a 116-86 blowout victory over the Celtics in Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals to cut the Celtics' advantage to 2-1. Cleveland hit 17 of 34 from three-point range and 6 players scored in double figures. It looked more like the team expected to reach the NBA Finals for the fourth consecutive season. It now has a chance to even the series Monday in Game 4 and put the pressure back on the Celts. NBA Playoffs. SN's live blog of Game 3. I thought we did a good job of moving the basketball and making the extra pass, Cavaliers coach Tyronn Lue said. We shot it well tonight. When we're playing like that, guys will get good shots. We just have to make them. When they do, it's over. Cleveland is 24-3 at home in the Eastern Conference playoffs since LeBron James returned for the 2014-15 season. That includes a 7-1 record in the conference finals, with the lone loss in that round coming in Game 3 against the Celtics last year. Think about it in these terms, if the adage that the series doesn't start until the home team loses is real, then we haven't started yet. If both teams hold serve at home and we end up with a Game 7, then who are you betting on? Boston or LeBron? After mapping all that out, is there pressure on the Celtics to win a game on the road? In my 11 years as a head coach, I've probably talked about home and road 5 times with my team, Celtics coach Brad Stevens said. It's about how you play between the lines, because I think when you start talking about that you find excuses in both places. You'll also find pre-written narratives heading into Game 4. If Cleveland loses, then it'll face a tough-to-beat 3-1 deficit. If Boston loses, then we're back where we started and the Cavs will have all the momentum behind James, MJ vs. LeBron. Dissecting legacies is wrong approach. James did his part with 27 points and 12 assists on a night when he shot 8 for 12 from the floor. He stretched the Cavs' lead to 52-32 with a deep three-pointer with 4:17 left in the first half that prompted Stevens to call a timeout. Former Ohio State linebacker Ryan Shazier made an appearance on the Jumbotron to lead the OHIO chant that accompanies "Hang on Sloopy" for a party that started earlier than expected. The Cavs were far from finished, though. James followed up with a reverse windmill dunk off a backdoor pass from Kevin Love, part of a half in which Cleveland played its best basketball of the series. That often talked about help showed up on time. George Hill scored 11 first-quarter points. 8 different Cavs scored as part of a half in which the team hit 9 of 17 from three-point range. Larry Nance Jr., Kyle Korver and Jeff Green combined to hit 6 of 7 shots off the bench. All of that led to a 61-41 halftime cushion. Boston, meanwhile, shot 39.2% from the floor and 27.3% from three-point range. Jaylen Brown got into foul trouble. He had 2 in the first 5 minutes and 3 more in the third quarter. All 5 Cavs starters scored in double figures in a performance that mirrored, in several ways, the one Boston put together in a 107-94 victory in Game 2. Kevin Love, left, was part of LeBron James's large support system in Game 3. Bill Bender, SN, Game Recognize Game. Jason Tatum appreciates Kobe's analysis. Even Jordan Clarkson got in on the act with 9 points, all on three-pointers, in the fourth quarter. The Cavs had a 104-74 lead with 6:49 remaining, and James spent the rest of the time resting for Game 4. Cleveland was favored to win Game 3, but perhaps not like that. For the Cavs, it takes indeed. The spark was easy to see developing when that 13-0 run started. I thought J.R. and George Hill did a nice job of setting the tone early offensively and played more aggressively and with more force," Lou said. To have 6 guys hit double figures, that's big. For the Celtics, it will take something more in Game 4. We didn't play as connected. We didn't play with as much ball pressure as we had the first 2 games, Stevens said. I don't want to take away from their performance by talking about us.